Okay, to set up a population pyramid, this is something that we did in class. We used a calculator and paper, graph paper, and put something together. What we'll do in this exercise for this part of our spreadsheet project is to actually make the same thing on the computer to see what it looks like to compare to what we've hand drawn. So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to click on the link here that says click here to access data for your pyramid. It'll open up a new tab. And then what I'll do is I'll select the country that I'm using. So in this case, I'm just going to say that I am using Costa Rica. So I'll click the Costa Rica tab. I'm going to select the data that I see, and I'm going to copy Apple C. I'm going to go back to my spreadsheet, and the instructions say to paste everything into cell C1. So I'll paste it in. You might want to take a second right now and just get caught up and pause, and then come back to me. The next thing we're going to do is some basic setup of things. What I'm going to do in this case is copy my age bracket. I'm going to paste it down below. I'll just move down maybe 2 or 3 cells, and I'll hit Apple V to paste it in. Now one thing that you notice is there's this weird date that says October 19th, 2012. For whatever reason, the computer reformats it in a spreadsheet, and it's kind of strange. So the weird get around is to do this. I'm going to go 10-19. It's not perfect, but at least that way I have a consistent age range. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a column for male and set up a column for female. And just so that I can see things a little bit easier, I'm going to go ahead and merge some cells and call this year 2012. I'll go ahead and center it, and that way it'll be nice and formatted and easy to read. Now that I have this all set up, I'll copy the whole deal, and I will paste it a little bit over here by my year 2050. Change the date. I have a basic setup. If you want to pause and get set up, go ahead and do so, and then we'll continue on. The next thing we're going to do now is figure out how to actually calculate out percentages. So the basic logic is we're going to take each age range by male and female and divide it by the overall total population. So what I'll do then is I'll hit equals, select my males 0 to 9, and then divide it by my total population. Now one thing I'm going to do that's going to be very helpful is I'm going to make this an absolute location by putting in those dollar signs, if you remember back to your consumption project. This will make a nice absolute location, and now I have a percentage set up for males ages 0 to 9. I'll do the same thing for females. Equals, divided by, and I'll go ahead and put in my dollar signs to make a nice absolute location. Okay. Now one last thing I'm going to do that's going to seem kind of strange is I'm going to make the males a negative number. And the reason why I'm going to do that is because I want to make a nice population pyramid that has a male side and female side. So to do that, all I have to do is put in a negative sign right before the E. Okay? I'm going to copy the information. I'm going to drag it down. And now I have created my percentages for each of my males and females for the year 2012. I can do the exact same thing for the year 2050, so please go ahead and do the same thing for yourself. Now that I have the percentages set up, what I'll do is I'll actually create a population pyramid. So I'm going to select all the data I want to use. I'm going to go to the graph function. And what I notice here is it's actually created the population pyramid. It's just upside down, which is really a strange thing to have happen. So what I'll do is go to my charts, take a look at what I have set up. I'm okay there. I'm going to go to Customize. What I'm going to do then is I'm going to put in a title. So in this case, I'm doing Costa Rica, year 2012. I can put in my axis. My vertical axis is going to be age. My horizontal axis is going to be gender. And the last thing I'm going to do, and this is going to seem kind of strange, is I'm going to hit reverse. And when I hit reverse, look what happens. I actually have now the youngest people at the bottom, the oldest people up top. And then I can hit insert. Once I've done that, I've actually created a population pyramid for Costa Rica for the year 2012. Once that's completed, I can go ahead and make this to its own sheet, which is done. I can now go ahead and rename it. And that is how you make a population pyramid. Rename the tab. Do the same thing, please, for the year 2050. Thanks.